Greetings! Welcome to this tutorial of Constella, a product that came out of our frustration towards files and folders and limiting our thoughts just because it would take minutes to find the right place to take it, and then eventually the files and directories will get disorganized anyways and we'd lose all that information. So we want to make it enjoyable where it's reliable and fast and you know you're getting value out of capturing your thoughts. The main value here is the search bar, where if you ever have any thought, you can see similar things appear as you type very instantly. So if you have a new idea on life, for example, related things will come up. And if you just want to take a new note, like new idea on life on how to do this, you just press enter and it'll get added to your graph for later without you caring about anything this. But if you want to care, you could create backlinks optionally. They will get grouped anyways, but the beauty of this is if you search for, like, let's say turn life into a game and you use the sliders, you can get related things and you can see here, okay, things are building up. You can increase the similarity to create stricterness so that the other keys don't come up. Or if you're looking for a lot of thoughts and ideas, you can decrease this to get as much notes as possible. And this book had a lot of notes related to life and making it into a video game. So those things come up too. You can actually increase it even more to get even more indirect connections. Here, I think it's going to turn pretty hectic because there's a lot of different interacts and things. It's pretty fun to play around with your knowledge. I like just keep it at 0 most of the time just because that's where I'm just taking notes. And then the more I want to think, the more deeply I want to go. I increase the connectivity level for more inspiration. The other main features are the flexibility. So if you ever just want to take notes, just typing directly on the screen, like new note A, new note B. You see how fast I'm doing it? It's super fast, rapid, designed to be visual, match your brain, make it fun. And of course, they'll appear next time I want to talk about them. I've done a lot of testing related to I use this. A lot of my notes are there from the past. The other cool thing is you see I have a lot of images here. You can actually just paste an image and it'll appear like this. So it's super cool for image search. Let's say I wanted to search within the images too. Here, machine learning corresponded. Yep. You can see there's OCR done too, so you'll never lose your images again. And it's cool for tying it to different things and stuff like that. So besides the similarity grouping, it's cool that books and images also appear alongside those things. So it creates like a nice view. Speaking of which, let's say you're doing a brainstorming session, and let's say, I don't know, I have a new idea on Rene Descartes and Plato. It's like a brain. Well, similar things will appear, and then I could create a mind map here. Okay, they both agreed on, they both talked about, blah, blah. It's hard to come up with things during a demo video. But let's say I was really found this like fascinating, and then they all pointed to a good life. Plato 5 Dialogues, a book from Readwise, with my ID got imported. Maybe put some Socrates. Let's say I want to save this view. You can actually save a view too, so it's like philosophical inquiries. This way, you get the fluidity of Constella with also creating manual mind maps, plans, and saving them, and then being able to revisit them later. So this creates the best of both worlds in one seamless experience. Not to mention, you can also upload files. I don't know, upload my tax returns here. But let's say you upload a machine learning research paper, and also you can browse it, create new notes while typing, like machine learning relates to data. That's pretty much most of what it is. And you can also, of course, find this file later on. Now we also have the Jotting View. So sometimes you want to just jot free flow. And here I was talking about design. So let me restart here. So it's like, I don't know, design challenge. And it's like all my notes from the past related to design will automatically come here. And This will really help me to test notes right here, but you'll get the big picture. If you have actual design filled out notes here, they'll come up here, and then you'll have all these different cool things to look at. Let's say in life you have a challenge or something, life challenge, problem, whatever. A lot of thoughts related to your old things will come up, and oh, turning life into a game, perfect. Now that helps me, keeps me inspired. And it's not just for like subtle things like emotions. This is like for work too. If you have a business decision coming up, on product. It's like all your notes related to that will come and help you remind you at that place. And that creates really strong, better life decisions throughout everything, better brainstorming. So this creates a really fundamentally good journaling flow view where all your knowledge that you've accumulated is actually being used. You might have noticed all these tags. We do also have support a lot of different tags and things like that to help you further categorize it in different ways. This helps you give you some manual control, but I'm personally excited about when we're going to launch the auto AI manual tagging. And by the time you watch this video, it might be out already. So it's super cool there too. Tags helps you limit your views. So if you just want to see SEO notes, for example, here, or if you're into SEO and have an SEO tag, I see all my different trees and notes auto organized, and I can browse through my knowledge really quickly on SEO. Not to mention I could search for it easily as well. So different SEO principles will come up anyways, but it gives it a further organization to it if you want some manual touch as well. In addition to auto tagging, we're also probably thinking of auto graph connections and similarities. They all appear anyways similar to group together, but it will be beneficial if there are a lot of different like thoughts or things like that that you might not have realized. We also have the Stella chat assistant. So this is super useful. She is super useful. Like let's say write a intro to a blog post using my notes here. And she can just do the work for you. So all you do is focus on learning, thinking, growing, and then all the manual work out there is gonna get done right here. And so it's super insightful using my notes. And let's say if I want to pull up notes related to give me suggestions to learn on design. What will this do is using the double curly braces, give Stella her search to do herself. So if you don't want to open the view here and just be darkly in your chatting, you can do that as well. You can also supply hashtags in there too. So if you want to do like, give me actionable steps for hashtag SEO. You could do that as well, but let's wait for her to see. Okay, she's telling me to study Apple design concept, which Constella is already inspired by. Gave me a link there too. And she noticed that I don't have design theory or practices. So based on that, she's giving me suggestions. And also if you're trying to like have a big decision in your life, whether you want to break up with your girlfriend, instead of just doing it haphazardly like I used to do, if I ever had one. But if you want to do it like that, she can see like, okay, there's a flaw in your thinking here. You might have overlooked this incident or a business decision, more importantly. And you can see like, okay, from this connection to that connection, she can help you out better there as well. And yeah, if I can pass in a hashtag, I can pass in also like a query with a hashtag. So it's basically the entire search bar here within her if you want to specifically instruct her to do something. And besides all these powerful features, which if you notice this, you don't even have to go across. So we want to keep Constella super beautiful. So whatever you're coming across something and like, okay, you want to go into this view where I was just randomly testing out different things. Oh, that reminds me, we also have a powerful Markdown editor where you can add Markdown and a lot of cool different things here. So Markdown supported. Get a code block. A lot of cool things here as well. You can also paste images in here. Let's see. Yep. So we added a lot of features in a way that it's not overwhelming. It's bloating. It's as you explore the app and you get deeper into something, it's there for you, much like an Apple product. And that's what makes it very powerful. It's great also if you're a Windows user. But the core principle it's inspired by is power when you need it, with the option being there. Speaking of which, we also have the mobile app. So if you want to sync notes, like let's say right before falling asleep, you have a really big idea you want to keep for later for your brainstorming, just type it on the mobile app and it will be there when you open it. So the mobile app is also well, actually the mobile app is even more minimalistic, and it has a search view where you can search and like type a new thought. Let me type in new thought, sent it, it automatically syncs, and now, yep, this was the note I took on my phone right now. Appeared right there. Super cool if you're walking, have good ideas, thoughts, observations. You're taking note while listening to an audiobook, different possibilities there. In settings, you can disable, enable all things like disable this, blur. So let's say if you're like searching for thought and you only want the closest related one to be, the more similar it is to query, the more it is visible, whereas the other ones are blurred out if you noticed. So that's also a cool thing. We also have the cool dark mode theme that I like to use sometimes. It's super pretty and also has its use cases. And of course, there's importing and exporting, so you can always have your data. There's local only mode too, so if you want to ever, like, let's say, worry about losing your computer, you can export as Markdown, or you could enable syncing through and also have the cloud backup. I didn't touch too much upon the gathering, so let's say you want to do, let's say, a search on ideas on design. And then you also want to get some philosophical, because as Steve Jobs says, a lot of life is combining laterally, and then you get brilliant ideas. So you could search for philosophical right here too. And now you're able to combine different searches into, you can target like business decision too. There we go. And now you can like, okay, I see an idea here. Business development is related to human consciousness. If you contribute to people, people will contribute back to you too. And real wealth building is giving back to the world. Boom, new ideas unlocked. Yeah, so that was the full tutorial on Constella. There's also the Wiki text version, whichever one you prefer. And we'll be constantly updating the Wiki and trying to update these videos too when we have a significant new upgrade, as in with the AI features. Until then, please do keep enjoying. Let us know your feedback and best wishes with your thinking and work.